Hello there, it's Geoff Barton. It is November the 24th. It's your end of week ASCL briefing. And can you guess where we might be? We've given you a few hints recently. Where are we? And look, there's a mystery guest. Yes, Victor. How do you say it? Victor Cord.
Victor Cord, yeah.
President of ASCL Northern Ireland. Victor, tell us why we're here in this beautiful place, the Titanic exhibition behind us.
Yeah, it is our ASCL Northern Ireland conference today, and we're delighted just to have it. Where we listened earlier to the permanent secretary.
It was a bit gloomy.
It was gloomy. Basically, he just told us what is happening in education in Northern Ireland, and things are not good. But the beauty is following him, a director in Northern Ireland, John Truman, gave us a very positive kind of idea and strategy as where we are going forward in ASCL Northern Ireland. So that, in all the gloom that was shared with us, and that's the reality of it all. But the beauty is that the director, carved out a path of how we can improve things.
And it's bleak because you've got political paralysis.
We do.
So Stormont's not sitting. And the funding of education in Northern Ireland is lower than it is in the rest of the UK.
Yeah, the general funding into education, as well as obviously, the salary for teachers is difficult. Our pupils are getting, less money given to them than the rest of the UK. So it makes things very, very difficult, Jeff. But the beauty is that there is hope at the end of the day, and it is that message that we are transferring to our members today.
I love that, and you've got this theme of transformational leadership, and often people in education, particularly leaders, they need to get out of their own school to be reminded of the transformation they're making. Just while you're here, Victor, just tell us your background, because you're not from Northern Ireland.
I'm not. No, I'm from South Africa. I moved to Northern Ireland in 1996. But when I was at school, my second last year of school, I had a teacher who really transformed my thinking, Jeff, and really transformed my life, to be really honest. And it was in that lady, Mrs. Chartres, my English teacher, that I saw an example of transformational leadership. And when we started to think about how can we move things forward here in Northern Ireland, she was the person I thought of. Wow. The way she was able to take an individual like myself, transform our thinking, get us excited about the curriculum. But there was one thing I knew about her: she cared about us. She cared about us, and she was willing to make sacrifices, her sacrifices for our behalf. And that's the message you want to do today. It's
what
a message
great
you want to
teachers
get
do.
over.
And we need more of them. We need more graduates to think, I want the moral mission of being there. Victor, thank you so much.
Not at all.
Get warm, get a cup of coffee. So you'll see in the email version today a couple of other things. You had the autumn statement on Wednesday. We trailed it, didn't we? On Tuesday, we said the Prime Minister had said at his conference speech in Manchester, education would always be at the centre because of the moral, social, education importance of it. We didn't get much about education, frankly. We've written about that today and done the figures for you. It's bleak, it has to be said. So the campaign around funding will have to continue without a doubt. Then you had the Chief Inspector's report yesterday. I think, given there's lots of hoo-ha about some of the media stuff there, the most important bits from our point of view was a recognition of what you're telling us around behaviour, around I think she calls it social contract between parents and schools. I think it's useful to know that that is being recognised at a national level, certainly something we're talking with the department about. And finally, it's Friday, and I'd like to say thanks to this head who sent me this anecdote, who says, during a windy playground duty this week, a group of lively Year 8 boys approached, said hello, and said to me, "Miss, is it a difficult job being a head teacher?" "Yeah," I replied, "it is a difficult job. What do you think makes the job of a head teacher difficult?" I was anticipating the answer, Year 8 behaviour, which would have been a teachable moment. But quick as a flash, the bouncy student replied, "What makes the job of a head teacher difficult? The government." Boom, boom. They're very bright, these kids, aren't they? That's it from us. If you need us over the weekend, you know where we are. We'll be back with you next Tuesday. Get yourself some time off with family and friends if you can. You need to reserve your energy. We've got a few weeks ahead. Best wishes.